March 5th, 1770, was the day that set the course for American history. Newspapers described it as a violent massacre from the British, while loyalists claimed the soldiers were provoked by the aggressive mob of colonists that had attacked first. The truth lies in between, but nonetheless, it was a moment that would eventually lead to the American Revolutionary War. But how and why did this happen, you may ask? Well, when the British and French fought for North American land in the 7 Years' War, the British won the land, but unfortunately they fell into debt. So what other way to recoup all this debt than taxing the heck out the colonists?
Your Highness, I have important news to deliver. Alright, speak. We have won the war in America, but we used all our forces against France. What about it? Well, that cost us a bunch of money, and now we're officially in debt.
That's absurd! We are the Great British Empire, the biggest empire in history. We love tea, colonialism, and apartheid. How could we possibly be in debt?
Sir, we have been in debt since the beginning of the century, and if we keep going into these wars, we're going to keep adding to the debt.
But I want to go to war. I know. We'll tax all the colonies. All of them. Especially in America. What are they going to do? Revolt? We have the strongest army and navy in the world. I am the most powerful in the world. Do you want to defend yourself? Are you tired of people assaulting you because you look ugly? Do you like shooting people or are commonly provoked to shoot people? Well, if yes, look no further. Here, Pet Brothers, we sell muskets, and luckily for you, my friend, we're selling a new musket, the Boston Killer.
Wow, that's awesome. Good for using against people who are trying to violate your rights. The gun is so good, you can even use it in court. But it's not like any witnesses will survive. Even the local British captain, Thomas Preston, uses it, proving that it's a sign of peace.
Our new Boston Killer, only £5, or today's money, $1,497.29 US, including inflation, plus tax.
Now, we know that America does revolt and wins. Otherwise, we'd all be speaking in British accents with yellow teeth drinking tea. But that's later. We'll be talking about the Boston Massacre, which did lead to the revolution. Anyways, taxes. No one likes them, but you have to pay them anyway. King George III started taxing the British colonies after the expensive war with France. Everything was taxed, such as sugar and paper.
Hello, shopkeeper. I'd like to buy today's newspaper.
Alright, that'll be 4 cents.
4 cents? Whoa, buddy. Newspapers are like 1 cent. Come on.
Well, because of the new Stamp Act that King George III established, each newspaper page costs 1 cent now.
Ooh. In the back, I saw some playing cards. Can I have those?
Alright, but that'll be 1 shilling and 6 pence.
Seriously, cards too? What is this place now?
Well, all printed material here requires a tax because of the Stamp Act. That includes newspapers and playing cards.
Why does this king of ours have to tax us then?
Hey, he's trying to put us out of debt because of the French-Indian War. You know how much that cost for Britain?
Fine, whatever. As long as he doesn't tax us colonists again.
Spoiler alert, they taxed the colonists even more. This act hurt people like lawyers, tavern owners, merchants, and printers. Citizens were enraged and resorted to protesting in New York and Philadelphia. King George III decided to repeal the Stamp Act in 1766, but that didn't stop him from finding more ways to tax the colonies.
Advisor!
Yes, my king?
We've repealed the Stamp Act for those colonists, but we're still in debt. We're gonna have to tax them again.
Sir, the last time we did that, they revolted.
The soldiers will take care of them if they revolt.
But that'll lead to a full-fledged revolution.
Like I said, the soldiers will take care of it.
Still doesn't change the fact we're in debt.
Well, you're my advisor. Do your job and advise!
Sir, we can just tax important goods. Paint, lead, glass, everything else.
That's a good idea. Things could go well this way. We should use this tactic more to get even more rich.
And so the Parliament passed the Townshend Act. This would tax imported goods like paint, glass, lead, paper, and tea. This also gave custom officials the power to enter private homes and businesses to look for smuggled goods. As expected, This made the colonists angry. They boycotted the Townshend Act and resorted to making their own clothes as well as paper and paint. Relations between the colonists and Britain strained even more, and tensions rose, especially in Boston, Massachusetts.
No taxation without representation. No taxation without representation. No taxation without representation. No taxation without representation.
What's with all this racket? I order all of you to stop this instant.
Don't be afraid. They wield firearms, but they dare not fire.
Christmas Addicts is right. Let's attack them. Everybody, pick up what you can find and throw it at those British soldiers. Let's go. No taxation without representation. No taxation without representation. No taxation without representation.
All right, that's it.
Alex.
Newspapers in the colonies announced this incident as a massacre. In Boston, 5 were dead while 6 were injured. This moment in history caused significant outrage towards British tyranny. The colonists demanded justice, so there was a trial with charges of murder against the soldiers.
Order in the court. Order in the court. Silence! Court is now in session for the trial of Captain Thomas Preston and his British soldiers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Alright, let's keep this simple. Captain Thomas Preston, do you plead guilty or not guilty on the charge of the murder of Christmas Addicts?
I plead not guilty.
Okay, into trial we go. This man is a murderer. He killed 5 innocent civilians.
Your Honor, those civilians were not innocent. They were hostile. They threw rocks at the soldiers, so they fired at them as a way of self-defense.
They threw mere pebbles! They did not deserve to get shot at. Order in the court, man. My point is, they threw rocks. The least they can do is bruise and scratch, but no! They killed unarmed civilians.
Your Honor, those pebbles that the civilians threw could have hit one of our soldiers in the head, giving them a serious injury. Do you not care who protects our empire?
Alright, I don't want to be in anymore, so I'll keep this brief. 2 other soldiers are charged with manslaughter, so I sent them to have their thumbs branded with an M for manslaughter. The rest of y'all get to be acquitted. Alright, now get out!
Wow, that's awesome!